Good morning, Democrats. It is Wednesday, January 14th. Welcome to the DFL Daily. I am Jim Hyington, Executive Director of the Minnesota Democratic Farmer Labor Party, subbing in for Richard, who is actually visiting the Iron Range right now on a listening tour. I think he has actually 2 or 3 different stops just today. As always, we encourage you to stick around to the end of the call. That is when we will announce all of the events coming up across the entire state for this week. And I encourage you to follow the leadership of our chair and get out into your community. Listen, show up, learn, and activate new DFLers from all parts of our state. We are building a groundswell movement right now, and we need your help every day, every single person that we can get. If you are new to today's call, welcome. We had over 135 people on yesterday's call, and we are happy that you are joining us today. It is always a good time to get involved, and it's good to be with you today. All right, let's go ahead and get to it. Donald Trump has a vendetta against our state. He has had a vendetta against our state in one way or another for over the past decade. It started in 2016 when he lost our state in the presidential election, and it continued into 2020 when he promised that he would never come back to Minnesota if he lost. Well, we wish he had kept that promise. Still, Donald Trump has never won Minnesota, and Donald Trump never will win Minnesota, and it kills him. After losing our state in 2024, he's decided that if he can't win us, he will break us. This administration has sown chaos to distract from their failures, a failing economy, and things like the Epstein files, choosing to send thousands of unwanted ICE agents into our communities that are already reeling from SNAP cuts, skyrocketing healthcare costs, and affordability issues caused by the Donald Trump administration. Yesterday, the President of the United States called these actions what we all know they are: retribution against the state of Minnesota and our citizens. Now more than ever, we cannot cave. Despite his outward hostility to Minnesota, doing things like illegally suspending funding and sending thousands of ICE agents to agitate and create chaos and harm in our communities, Republican elected officials keep supporting this. While our state grapples with these attacks, spineless elected officials like Brad Finstad and Tom Emmer are singing Donald Trump's praises for these exact actions, saying things like Donald Trump is beyond the man, and I don't know how you make him any stronger, bro. Bro was my own there. And it isn't just the most extreme Republicans saying things like that. 2 days ago, State Senator of Stillwater, Karen Housley, who calls herself a moderate, said she wouldn't trust the nonpartisan BCA to investigate last week's murder, all to protect Donald Trump. I look at these people and I'm left with a few questions. Why are you doing this job? Why did you run for office? Why did you get involved here? What are you getting out of this? How far is too far? What do you tell your families when you go home from work every single night? What are the thoughts you have when you lay your head on the pillow right now? What are the thoughts you're going to have looking back on this life that you have lived? Will they ever care about us, the Minnesotans that elected them, the way that they are caring right now about Donald Trump? These Republicans will not stop until we force them to. We refuse to let Republicans get away with this blatant betrayal of our state and our citizens' well-being. We heard from Kate Wegener early this week, one of our Constitutional Observer trainers, that anyone can become an observer. Already over 4,000 Minnesotans have signed up for one of our Constitutional Observer trainings, which you can find at dfl.org/observers. Here's the impact of things like that. Our Attorney General, Keith Ellison, is suing Kristi Noem and DHS to prevent unlawful deployment of ICE agents here in Minnesota. There is precedent here. We've seen this work. The administration lost its fight with California. Keith Ellison is actively using evidence showing DHS's use of warrantless searches, excessive force, and other unlawful conduct as legal proof points that he is getting from the folks like yourself who are monitoring, capturing, filming, and observing this activity in our communities. This is being used by DFLers like our Attorney General Keith Ellison to stop and fight back against Trump's invasion and occupation of Minnesota, while our Republican elected officials are doing nothing. Let me be very, very clear here. If we had a Republican attorney general in the state of Minnesota right now, they would be doing the exact same thing as every other Republican elected official, which is nothing. Nothing to stop DHS, nothing to stop ICE, nothing to stop Donald Trump. They would be unleashing his reckless abuse of power on our state. Your work electing DFLers in 2022 and 2024 is the thing that is protecting our state each and every day. And we have to do it again in 2026, this year. Here's our call to action for the day. As we monitor ICE, we also want to make sure that we are monitoring the people who brought ICE here, Minnesota Republicans. Their desperate and unwavering support of Donald Trump instead of the people who they were elected to serve is what we want to be monitoring right now. So today, we're setting up a tip line. You can email gopwatch@dfl.org with anything you're seeing from Minnesota Republicans. Statements they have made, tweets, speeches. If you happen to visit a town hall they're doing and wanted to record it, we'd love to see it. If you find a horrible tweet they sent out, we'd love to see it. Anything that you have, send it our way. We are collecting the receipts to make sure that Minnesotans know who stood by them and who stood by Donald Trump during this retribution campaign against our state, because we know they're going to try and walk it back before election. Help us get those proof points now. I want Republican elected officials all the way down to the local level to know that they are on record, to know that we are watching and we will not forget. Few final thoughts. Election day isn't months away, it's days away, starting with precinct caucuses on February 3rd. Here's what you can do. Take the observer training, document everything, and then caucus for DFLers who will take action along with all of the evidence that we are collecting. Let's ensure that these complicit Republicans know what's going on and feel the force with record-setting caucus attendance, especially outside of the Twin Cities. We need DFLers to show up in force in the home districts of Brad Finstad, of Tom Emmer, of Michelle Fischbach, and Pete Stauber. It's the most immediate, impactful, long-lasting action any Minnesotan can take right now. 688 folks have already committed to joining this fight. You guys, that's awesome, but we need to do more. We are going to have 17 to 20,000 people at caucus night. Let's get those numbers higher. Share dfl.org/commit in any new area, in any new medium, on any new social media platform, in any new signal chat that you are on. Get people to sign up. We will bring them along. We expect to have a few more days available for our Constitutional Observer training later today. We're working hard to fill those slots. Those trainings fill up as fast as we can get them scheduled. Our incredible team has already trained thousands of observers across the state. You can sign up or spread the word too at dfl.org/observers. Events are happening tonight in Charfield. I don't know if that says Charfield or Chatfield. Chatfield or Charfield, Wilmer, Edina, Aurora, and Inver Grove. If you are in any one of those places, please go to dfl.org/events and sign up now. In Detroit Lakes, we are hosting a Healthcare for All Minnesotans workshop at noon tomorrow. In Osseo, we are hosting a coffee and conversation at 2 p.m. tomorrow. In Apple Valley, we are holding a rally for our rights at 3:30 p.m. In Elbow Lake, Senate District 9, they are hosting a hot dish potluck at 5 p.m. This is the one I would to go to. We already have 10 people signed up to bring their hot dish, and talking about this is already making me hungry. Join us at dfl.org/events, grab your coffees, go to your rallies, and eat your hot dishes at dfl.org/events. All right, y'all, we've got 293 days until the 2026 election and 20 days until caucus night on February 3rd. Be well, take care, stay safe, and let's go win this thing. Bye, y'all.